Okay, good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you may be watching this. Okay, hopefully it will just give you a little bit of a better idea as to what you are doing with the grid method. Okay, because that's clearly what you're looking at. Okay, now we are going to start off with a slightly easier one, and then we'll go on to a little bit of a harder one. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is partition our numbers. Okay, that means that we just separate the numbers with the digits within our numbers. Okay, and we spread them out so that we can actually see them properly. Okay, so firstly, we've got our 5 at the top, which is the only one. Okay, so we're going to put 5 in there, and we've got 27 over here. So that means that in our first part here, we're going to have 20, okay, because it's in our tens column, and then in our ones column, we've got 7. Okay, so we're going to have 7 over here. First thing that we're going to need to do is we are going to need to times 5 and 20 together. Okay, so this is what this box here is for. So if you would like to, you can do 5 times 20 straight off. If you're a little bit less sure about that, you can do 5 times 2 and then add that extra 10 back on, because we've taken it off if we're going to do 5 times 2. Okay, so eventually we will get our answer as 100 for that one. Okay, and then we go on to 5 times 7. And again, you can make it a little bit easier for yourself. Okay, you can work up in your 5s if you want to. You can go 5 times 5, 25, and then work your way up to 7. Okay, should know our times tables really well by year 6 though. Okay, so we can smash 35 straight in there. Okay, our next step then, okay, because we haven't got an answer there, we've just put another 2 numbers in there. Okay, our next step then is that we need to add them together. Okay, so we've got 35 there and 100 there. Now, just as normal, okay, this now becomes an addition. Okay, but as normal, we need to line up our digits correctly. Okay, if they are not lined up correctly, we will probably get our answer wrong. Okay, nice and easy one here. 5 times nothing. 5 add nothing is 5. 3 add nothing is 3, and 1 add nothing is 1. Okay, so we have an answer of 135 for this question. Nice, good start. Next one, but a little bit meaner. Okay, now again, we start off just by partitioning our numbers. Okay, so same again. Okay, so our 24 is going to be partitioned. So I'm going to have 20 here and 4 down here. Okay, as we work across then, obviously we've got a 3-digit number now. Okay, so we are going to end up with slightly bigger numbers. So we're going to have 200 over here. We are going to have that one. Now 30 is going to come over here. And then finally, we'll have 1 in our final column. Now, we'll start with our 20 and we'll work all the way across. Okay, we'll try and do that one first. So 20 times by 200. Oh my goodness. Okay, those massive numbers are staring me right in the face. Don't panic. Okay, break it down to numbers that you are able to multiply together. Okay, so 2 times 2 we can do. Okay, so here all I'm doing is just using the first digit of each number. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 times 2 there. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, I'm just going to write it over there. And then I know that I've got 1, 2, 3 digits, or 3 zeros that need to come after it. Okay, because I've made my multiplication nice and easy for myself. Okay, because I've reduced the size of the numbers that I'm using. But now I need to increase that number back up so that I get the proper answer, because 20 times 200 definitely isn't 4. Okay, so I need to put these zeros back on and make it 1,000 times bigger. Okay, so my answer there is 4,000. Perfect. Okay, so we work our way across now. So now we're on to 20 times by 30. Now again, if you want to, you can break it down. Okay, you can make it 2 times 3. Okay, we can do 2 times 3. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, right, I've got 6. And then I look back at my numbers. Okay, so I made 20 10 times smaller. I made 30 10 times smaller as well. Okay, but I need to add those zeros back on in order for me to get the correct answer at the end. So I'm going to end up 600 over here. Okay. Next, let's go across 20 times 1. So that's a nice one, isn't it? I'm glad I wrote that question down. Okay, that is simply just going to end up as being 20. Over here, then we get over to our, so we move down now. Okay, so we've done that row. We come down to our 4. 4 times by 200, straight off, okay? Again, break it down if you need to. This should, in year 6, we should like maybe getting to a place where we can do this straight away in our heads, okay? We can look at it, we can know that we can do 4 times 2, okay? So I'm going to pop that down as 800 straight away. We then move over, okay, we've got 4 times 3. Again, you can break it down if you want to, remove the 0, okay? We can do it like that if you would like, but 4 times 30, okay, that ends up as being 120. And then finally, we've got 4 and a 1, and that is going to end up being 4. Okay, once again, this isn't the end. This is not the end. It does not end there. I'm going to shuffle that over slightly just so I've got more space on the side. Okay. Now, let's go a different color. Now, we've got all of these numbers that we need to add up. Now, personally, what I like to do, just so I don't get too confused with all of the adding that I then have to do if I put them all in at once, I'm going to add up my 20s first, okay, and then the row for my 4s. Okay, so I'm going to do 4,000. So obviously, the more numbers we use, the more likely we are to make mistakes. Okay, so just to counteract that. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to add them together. So 0 in this column. Okay, this becomes an add. I'll write that down there. 2 in this column, 6 in this, and 4 in that column. Okay, nice start. And then I'm going to look at these numbers down here and add them together. Okay, so I've got 800, 120, and 4. Okay, add all of these up together, 2 there and 9 there. Okay, again, addition. Really running out of space here. Okay, drag that over there. Now, finally, okay, I'm looking at this number here and this number here. Now, you could have put them all in one big addition, but like I said, just these make more likely for mistakes. So I'd rather not do that. I've just added another step into my addition process, basically. Okay, so it's 4,620. Okay, and I'm going to add 924 to that number. I'm going to end up with 4 on the end here, 4 here. Okay, we've got 9 and 6, which is 15. Now, I like to put my 1 there, just so I know that I'm adding it onto here. If I put it up there, it looks like a 14, so I prefer not to do that, just because, again, can lead to confusion. So I've got 4, and I'm adding my 1, this one down here, that I put there. Okay, and that is also going to end up as 5. Okay, so my overall answer, if I scramble back over here, for 24 times by 231 is 5,544. Okay, hopefully that just gives you a good indication of how clear the grid method can be. Okay, it just breaks it down into slightly smaller, slightly more manageable chunks that you are able to look at. Okay.